I was never the favorite child. That title belonged to my younger sister, Emma. Growing up, she could do no wrong. If she broke something, I was blamed. If she lied, everyone believed her. If she wanted something that belonged to me, my parents would smile and say, "You're older. Let her have it." For years I accepted it, until one decision changed my entire life. 3 years ago I started my own cybersecurity company. People thought I repaired computers. I let them think that. The truth was far more interesting. I worked with banks, insurance companies, and law firms investigating financial fraud. My clients trusted me because I noticed tiny details other people ignored. Ironically, I never imagined I'd use those same skills against my own family. Every month I transferred money into a separate emergency account. I never touched it. No vacations. No expensive cars. No luxury watches. After 6 years, the account contained almost $400,000. No one knew. Or at least, I thought no one knew. Everything started the weekend my parents celebrated their 40th wedding anniversary. The whole family gathered at my parents' lake house. Emma arrived wearing designer clothes that clearly cost more than my monthly mortgage. She hugged everyone dramatically. Then she looked at me. "Oh, Daniel, still wearing those boring jackets?" Everyone laughed. I smiled politely. I had learned years ago that arguing with Emma only made me the villain. That evening we shared old family stories. Emma somehow managed to make every conversation about herself. Her promotions. Her vacations. Her expensive jewelry. Her perfect husband. Then she casually asked, "So, Daniel, are you finally making decent money?" I shrugged. "I do okay." She smirked. "I guess someone has to fix Grandma's printer." Everyone laughed again. Only my grandfather remained silent. He looked at me and winked. He knew the truth. Years earlier he had quietly invested in my company before anyone else believed in me. The next morning, my phone buzzed. One notification. Then another. Then 10 more. Money transfers. Large ones. I froze. $100,000. Gone. Then another. 80,000. Gone. Another. 75,000. Gone. Within 7 minutes, nearly my entire emergency fund had disappeared. Most people would panic. I didn't. I opened another screen. Then another. Every financial account I owned was connected to my security monitoring system. Every login. Every device. Every location. Every fingerprint. Every second was recorded automatically. The thief had no idea. The login came from my parents' house. Specifically, the upstairs guest bedroom. Emma's room. I stared at the screen. No, impossible. Then another alert appeared. The recovery email on my account had just been changed. Emma wasn't guessing. She already knew my passwords. My stomach dropped. Only one person had ever seen that notebook years earlier. Emma. She once borrowed my office while visiting. I suddenly remembered she'd insisted on making me coffee that day. She had been alone in my office for nearly 20 minutes. I never questioned it. Now everything made sense. I quietly walked upstairs. Emma wasn't there. But her laptop remained open. Most people would have ignored it. I noticed something strange. A wireless keyboard connected to another hidden computer beneath the bed. Interesting. Very interesting. I pressed one key. The hidden screen lit up. There was a spreadsheet. Dozens of family members. Passwords. Birthdays. Bank names. Personal information. Emma hadn't stolen only from me. She had been quietly stealing from relatives for years. Small amounts. Never enough for anyone to notice immediately. Then I found the folder that changed everything. It was labeled Daniel. Screenshots of my bank account. Security answers. Copies of my driver's license. Tax documents. Everything. She had planned this for months. At that exact moment, footsteps. Emma walked into the room. She froze. "What are you doing?" I slowly turned toward her. "I was about to ask you the same thing." She laughed. "You have no proof." I simply held up my phone. "I've already copied everything." Her smile disappeared. Instead of apologizing, she attacked. "You don't even need that money. You've always been selfish. You never helped this family." She shouted loudly enough that everyone downstairs rushed upstairs. Exactly what she wanted. Within seconds, he started crying. He hacked my computer. My mother immediately believed her. What is wrong with you, Daniel? My father crossed his arms. I knew money would change you. I couldn't believe it. Even after finding evidence, they blamed me. So, I said nothing. I simply walked downstairs, sat quietly, opened my laptop, connected it to the living room television. Everyone stared. I think we should watch something together. Emma's face turned white. The first video appeared. Hidden security footage from my office 3 years earlier. Emma secretly photographing my passwords. Silence. The screen recording. Every bank transfer. Every click. Every password change. Every login. Her face. Her fingerprints. Her voice. Everything. No one moved. My mother slowly sat down. My father removed his glasses. Grandpa smiled. I wondered how long it would take. Emma looked ready to faint. Then I played one final recording. The hidden webcam inside my office. Emma saying to her husband, Daniel is so easy to fool. He'll never notice. I'm taking everything. The room became perfectly silent. Finally, Dad whispered, Emma. She couldn't even answer. But I wasn't finished. You all think today is about stolen money. It isn't. Everyone looked confused. I smiled. My company develops fraud detection systems. This account wasn't actually my savings. It was a monitored test account. Emma blinked. What? I nodded. The money she stole belonged to my company's fraud testing division. It was insured. It couldn't actually be withdrawn. The moment she transferred it, every transaction froze automatically. She hadn't stolen a single dollar. Emma screamed, You're lying. I clicked another email. Bank confirmation. Frozen transactions. Federal fraud report. Active criminal investigation. Her name. Case number. Everything. She collapsed into a chair. For the first time in her life, no one defended her. Police officers arrived 30 minutes later. They already had digital copies of every file. Because my software automatically uploaded evidence the second unauthorized access occurred. Emma was arrested without resistance. Weeks later, investigators discovered something much larger. Emma and her husband had stolen over $2 million from elderly relatives, coworkers, and family friends through identity theft. My emergency account had simply been their biggest target. The trial lasted 8 months. Evidence was overwhelming. Every lie. Every transaction. Every fake signature. Every deleted message had been recovered. Technology never forgets. Emma accepted a plea deal. Her husband received an even longer sentence after investigators proved he organized most of the scams. After everything ended, my parents visited my house. For the first time in years. They looked smaller. Older. My mother cried before saying a single word. We failed you. I simply nodded. No speech could erase decades of favoritism. Dad handed me a small envelope. Inside was an old photograph. 2 children. Emma and me. Before jealousy. Before lies. Before greed. I wish we'd protected both of you equally. I smiled sadly. It's too late to change childhood. But it's never too late to change tomorrow. Over the next year, my parents volunteered with organizations teaching seniors how to recognize financial scams. Grandpa donated part of his estate to create scholarships for students studying cybersecurity. Something good finally grew from something terrible. As for me, I expanded my company internationally. Ironically, the case involving my own sister became one of our best training examples. New employees studied it during orientation. Not because it involved millions of dollars, but because it proved one simple truth. The greatest financial threats rarely come from strangers. Sometimes, they sit beside you at family dinners. They know your birthday, your first pet's name, your childhood memories, and they know exactly which door you've forgotten to lock. 2 years later, I received one unexpected letter. It was from Emma. Only 3 sentences. I kept wondering when you knew. I guess you always knew. I just never realized you were watching. I folded the letter, placed it in a drawer, and never opened it again. Some betrayals deserve forgiveness. Others deserve distance. Money can be earned again. Trust cannot. That day I didn't lose $400,000. I lost the illusion that family always means loyalty. And strangely, that turned out to be the most valuable thing I ever gained.